What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to Kelso's Kitchen. Today, we will be making an apple pie pound cake. I was about to say cheesecake. We're not making cheesecake today. An apple pie pound cake with vanilla bean ice cream and a cherry syrup. So, here's what it looks like. You get all of that, and that's that. Look, the ice cream's falling. Let's get into the video. All right, y'all. So, you're gonna get you some heavy cream. You're gonna get you a can of sweetened condensed milk and some vanilla bean paste. I already put the whole can of sweetened condensed milk in this bowl, as well as 2 teaspoons of vanilla paste. So now we're just gonna put 1 cup of heavy cream, 2 cups of heavy cream. There's only a little bit left. Okay, 2.5 cups of heavy cream. All right, now you're just gonna mix everything together and keep stirring and whisking until it's at stiff peaks. Not too much so you don't make butter. You see how it's like starting to thicken up and stuff like that, and it's going? That's stiff peaks. Well, that's a little bit of soft peaks. You just want to do it a little bit more. Just not too hard and not too fast so that it doesn't separate. And you should have something like this. That's stiff peaks. That's also whipped cream. However, if you're making whipped cream, it's best to put powdered sugar so that it can sweeten it up. But this is just doesn't really need any more sweetening. Now, I'm gonna add a little bit more vanilla bean paste in here as well. You can never have too much vanilla. Pour in your sweetened condensed milk and vanilla paste mixture. Ooh. And then instead of whisking, you're gonna take your spatula and you're gonna fold it in together. Whisk it in together till there's no lumps and stuff like that. But you just wanna make sure you're not over mixing. And then you can actually see the specks of the vanilla bean in it. Now, I don't have any ice cream containers, so I'm using Cool Whip. I don't care. Anyways, pour it into your container. Then, there's still a little bit extra more. I'm going to make some more. You're going to get you some plastic wrap. You're going to put it in here, and then you're going to put the top on. The reason why you do that is so that there's no ice crystals that form at the top when you have to do all of that stuff like that. Ooh. I hate when the plastic wraps get stuck together. Irks me. Anyways, now you're just going to put it, literally press down on the surface. Like literally press down. Now, put this in the freezer for about 4 to 6 hours or overnight. I'm leaving it for 6 hours because this is going to be a preparation for something different. So, all right, y'all. So, now we are going to make the latest for the apple pie pound cake. Basically, we just have to make the dough. So, we're going to put a cup in of flour and then a 4th cup of flour. A tablespoon of sugar. Just sleeping alone in bed. Sift in those ingredients. And you're gonna put like half a teaspoon. That's it. Where's my whisk? Whisk all of that together. Okay, cool, no problem. Set this aside. Take your thingy. Take your stick of butter. You're gonna cut it in cubes. The butter's supposed to be cold, but I'm not gonna hold you. I completely forgot to put it in the fridge. But I got the ice water. Ooh, I got the ice water. So now that you have it in cubes, add it into your dry ingredients. Then, with your hands, you're gonna mash everything together. Yeah. But we also need teaspoons of water. This is a tablespoon, but we're just gonna do half of it. And you're gonna do that like 4 times and just mix this in with your hands and just squeeze it together. It should be crumbly and all that stuff like that. Just continue squeezing and squeezing. Add your third tablespoon of water and mix that together as well. See, I could just put it in a ball now and pick it up and just put it in the ball. That's your overall goal. Just to mix everything in and stuff like that with all the crumblies. Scoop all the crumblies off from the side. All of that. Flatten it. Like, let me move this. Flatten it, right? And then just press all of the extra crumblies on the extra sides inside. And then that's it. Just continue doing that so you can pick up all the crumbs and get everything into the dough. Pretty girls involved with me. To me, pretty, pretty, pretty. With me. We're gonna add just one more tablespoon. Maybe just half. Then just keep mixing, y'all. Like, y'all gonna get it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's going in the fridge to cool anyways. Okay. I like how this looks. I'm loving it. Alright. I'm gonna wash my hands. Because, well, forget that. This is the time where you actually do roll it out. So, I'm gonna just put it in a little bowl. Right there. I'm gonna grab me my baking soda thing because I don't have a rolling tray. I mean a rolling pin. And I'm just gonna roll with this. Now you're just flattening it into a little disc. And then you're gonna wrap it up in saran wrap and put it in the fridge. Oh, let me wash my hands. You see this? All the flour underneath my nails. Disgusting. Now, take your saran wrap. If it wants to rip. Shit, took forever. Anyways, I'm gonna pick this hoe up. We're gonna wrap it like this. Yeah. And boom. It's wrapped, coño. Now you just put this in the fridge. Okay, so now just clean up a little. Okay, so next step is we have to make the cherry drizzle. So I have some cherry juice from my job. I'm gonna put it in here with some sugar and a little bit of water, and I'm gonna put it on the oven. I mean, on the stove, and I'm gonna let it simmer and thicken up a little bit. And that's really about it. That's how you make the cherry sauce. Oh look, and it's all over my hands. I'm not using all of it. I'm only gonna use a little bit because I also want to make like a cherry frosting, but that's for a whole different time. Okay, get a half cup of sugar and pour it in this hole. Dancing with my leaf, doing whatever we want. Put it on the stove. Okay, so now while that's on the stove, basically we need to put like a little bit of English. We have to make a cornstarch slurry. So we need to get a little cup. I can actually use this. A little bit of water. I don't feel like having a spoon. I'm just gonna mix it with the back of this. You can see my whole setup and everything. Anyways, go to the stove. You're gonna mix everything. Just keep mixing because the sugar should have already dissolved. Then you're gonna take that cornstarch slurry you just made and just pour some inside, just so it could thicken a little bit. Mix it up, whatever, whatever. It'll do its thing. All right, so that's gonna be there, doing its thing, whatever, whatever. Now you're gonna take your apples. Okay, now that you have your apples, runaway apple. For the drizzle, get like a little a bottle or something like that, or you can use a spoon and drizzle over, and then just pour it in. And this is your cherry drizzle. Just close it, put it in the fridge, leave it alone. So the first thing you're gonna do with your apples, you're gonna peel them. Okay, after you have it all, peeled or whatever, you're gonna take your apple, cut the bottom off, and then you're gonna cut the top off, cut it in half, then see all the seeds that are on the inside, take all that out. Now you're gonna cut it like a diagonally from the inside. Let me move this. You're gonna cut it kind of like here so that you don't get the pit. You're gonna cut around the pit. Then you're gonna cut behind the pit and you're gonna get this little piece. Perfectly, you can keep that. And then this piece with the pit, you're gonna toss that. Now with the other pieces, you're gonna just continuously make thin slices. About that thick, that thin, however you prefer, it really don't matter. And you're gonna set that aside into the bowl. Why? Because it needs to sit. And it's gonna sit with cinnamon, nutmeg, all the good stuff. For the small pieces, you can just cut them up however you'd like to. It really doesn't matter because they're small pieces. Hello. You have all of your apples sliced up, cut up, An apple a day keeps the doctors away. Throw out the excess. Alright, so now you're gonna put cinnamon, nutmeg. This is nutmeg. You can put however much you would like. This is cinnamon. Not too much. I'm also gonna put in a little bit of brown sugar. Then you're gonna just mix everything here together. And you're gonna get this type color. It smells really, really nice. And yeah, mix it all together and stuff like that. Now wash your hands. Okay, so now put a pan on low heat. Get you 1/3 cup, 1/3 of a stick butter. You're gonna let it brown a little bit, but just melt the butter. Then you're gonna add in your apples. After you add in your apples, you're gonna grab your sugar. You're gonna take about 1/4 cup of sugar, 2/4. You're gonna let that sit, stir it in. Basically, what the sugar is gonna do on the apples is just, you know how you can make a strawberry jam from just letting sugar and strawberries sit in a container? That's basically what you're doing here, except since you're using heat, you're expediting the process. You're speeding it up and stuff like that. So you're gonna get all the juices and the syrups from the apples and stuff, and then after you're gonna have really nice soft tender apple slices, which is gonna just obviously be amazing. Get a top to the pan, put it on the pan, put the stove on low, leave it like that. Definitely add some vanilla bean paste. Anyways, I can see them on here. Then you're gonna take some flour, use your hands, just sprinkle a little bit in. This flour, or you can use a cornstarch slurry. This flour is just gonna thicken up this apple pie filling. Okay, now it's basically done. You can see here. Well, I guess you can see. I burned myself. You can see. It looks good. It smells good. Now this filling just has to cool. I'm gonna put it away. Put it in the fridge. Ooh, one definitely escaped. Put it away. Put it in the fridge. Forget about it until later, because you're actually gonna need it. So don't actually forget about it. So look at that. That's the finished product for that. Alrighty, y'all. So now it's time for the pound cake batter. What you're gonna need: 2 sticks of butter or 1 cup of butter. So you're just gonna open the packages. Whoop de woo. Okay. Now get your whisk and just mash it down real quick so that it's softer for you to mix it up together. Then you're gonna grab your 1 cup measurement and put 1 cup of sugar in it. Now, now, coño, you're gonna cream this together. Okay, it should look something like that. All right, now what you're gonna do, you're gonna add in your eggs one at a time. Okay. All right, now you're gonna add vanilla. Okay, set this aside. Now in a separate bowl, you're gonna get 1 and 1/2 cup of flour. You're gonna get 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and you're also gonna get a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. sift this together in here. Now you're gonna bring back your other bowl with the wet ingredients. You have your dry ingredients. You're gonna grab some milk as well. You're going to alternate between flour and milk until it creates a nice silky batter type consistency. So we're gonna add some flour. Just mix it in together. Okay, then you're gonna add some milk. You're gonna add some more flour. You're gonna switch to your spatula. You're just gonna fold everything in, mixing everything together. I'm adding in the rest of the flour, and I'm adding in some more milk. And it should look something like this. You're gonna get your baking dish. Alrighty, now you're gonna get your baking dish. Just spray it down. Take your little cut up pieces and just place them along the bottom. And it should look like that. It's gonna be something like this. Now that you have it here, just set it to the side, let it rest, and clean up, y'all. Okay, guys, so this is gonna go in the oven at 350 for only 10 minutes. It's gonna bake for more time, but that's after I do what I tell you. Ha! So 10 minutes only at 350. Okay, you're gonna take this dough out. Grab your flour, flour your surface. If you don't have a rolling pin cover, whatever you have, that's a cylinder and wrapping paper. And then flatten it out. Then you're gonna take your knife or whatever you got, strips. It's gonna look like this. You're gonna just make little tiny pieces like these. Alrighty. Now, since out of the oven at the thingy, you're gonna put your latest on the top. Okay, so you guys are gonna put it on your cake like that, and then with a spoon, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your apple pie filling and you're gonna spoon it in the middle. this is how it should look because everything is gonna overflow and fill. So it should just cover. You're gonna have the pound cake, you're gonna have the latest so that it can have that crusty, crunchy top, and then you have another layer of pound cake with the apple in the middle. So this goes back into the oven. So you're gonna put it in the oven for 350, 45 minutes to an hour, and that's about it. Now what you're gonna do, just clean up. That's it. Yo, what's poppin'? So I have my ice cream here, just took it out the freezer. I also have the apple pie pound cake here. It's cooled. So now, what we need to do is, you're gonna take your ice cream, take this out, and you see that? Put it in your food processor. So now that the ice cream is in the freezer, again, we can open this. Alright, look at that. It looks nice. It got burned out a little bit on the top, but that's okay. It's very, very soft, very moist. I can feel it. I'm gonna cut the top off. Alright, now that the top's cut off, I need to get my sauce. The cherry sauce we made earlier, now you're gonna grab it. Alright, y'all. So I got the ice cream here, and I have the, what the fuck did I make? Apple pie pound cake. And then on the top, I just put some cherry syrup and let that soak in while it was cooling and stuff like that. I love when the cake has the soaked in flavors and whatever the fuck. So anyways, you can see the apple pie filling here and then all the cake and stuff like that on the edges. I actually really like that. It looks really, really good. So we're gonna take the ice cream that I made. I'm just gonna scoop that on top. I don't care about it being perfect. I'm eating it. Anyways, so we finna taste it now. That's good as hell. I like the ice cream better than the cake, but that shit good. So period. Anyways, later.